I get loads of compliment regarding scent that I use, and it's actually the Amouage Purpose 50. This is my favorite scent for the past year. I think I've been using this scent quite a lot. It's rich, it's very oriental, but with a lot of subtlety to it, which I absolutely love. This is pink pepper, bergamot, vetiver, sandalwood, suede, saffron, vanilla. What I love about this scent is just the roll off. That's the bottle. I love the roll off on this scent. I love how it just sits very nicely through the day, and how it evolves. It comes with this sort of like full intensity that doesn't completely just take up the space, but just identifies you pretty much. And that's what I love about this thing. It's just rich. It's not, it doesn't choke you, but you just feel full. You just get that really lovely scent around your space. Scenting it now is just gorgeous, amazing. Anyway, today's vlog is slightly different. Kind of continuing from what I spoke about in the last one. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'm sure you love it. There are loads of comments on it that are very interesting, and I kind of had a look into some of the things, and we're going to come back to it definitely. But I am coming from how I started to style things for myself, and sometimes you can build capsules from just a look. So today's vlog will pretty much be talking about that classic man's look, from where you can begin to build looks from. Sometimes you have to build like a temple look, something that just the epitome, this is the style, the main style, and then you begin to break things down from there. Add the jeans, add the pants, add the casual pants, add the lounge piece to it, just different things to it. And this particular look is one of those looks that you can build. I call it temple look. Like you can build everything else around. You can draw inspiration from this look, add extra pieces, and it helps sort of like guides your capsule for the season. Well, without wasting too much of your time, let's get into it. All right, the first piece I'm going to select here is the light blue pinstripe shirt. For me, this is the most versatile piece that you can have in your capsule all year round. There are other choices you can get from, like the blue, the white, the Oxford shirt, but I was thinking of something that you can literally just wear across board easily without having to think too much. And the pinstripe, the added detailing of the pinstripe just gives that really nice balance of smart casual to elegance. So you can't go wrong with adding a light blue pinstripe shirt to your caps. Not a Bengal stripe or a chalk stripe. Those ones are quite loud, but you need something subtle but a little bit of detail that is just stated in there. So for instance, a pinstripe shirt, if you are far off, a light blue one, you might think it's a plain white shirt. Depending on the shade, you might think it's very, very light sky kind of blue because of the blue and stripe on it. But when you get closer, you see the detailing. So it can take all kinds of form. It's a camouflage piece for me. That's I would put that in every sort of capsule that I'm putting together all year round, just because of its versatility. The number two piece is the chinos or brown pants. The chinos pants in some sort of brown tone. I know I said some sort of brown tone, but I would go more like light beigey kind of brown, because that gives you like a base for your wear. I know people talk about the upper parts of your outfits acting as base. You can use anything as a base. For me, for this look, I think the pants is kind of like a really good base. The beige just sits in there. It's one of those things that you will barely notice that is there because it's carrying the entire look, but it adds something to the entire capsule. Beige will be best, but if you've got any other sort of tone of brown, that would work. What reason why I said that sort of like chinos beige brown kind of look is because then you bring that aspect of versatility into your capsule, which is very important when you're building a capsule. And I'll say this again, if you're buying anything and you can't get more than 4 or 5 wears out of it in terms of different kinds of style, don't pick it up. Just let it go. Enjoy it on someone else, however it looks like on them. amazing, admire it, but let it go, don't touch it, because it's all about sustainability in terms of your wears. You want to be able to style things that you can wear over and over again, because also with all of these pieces, the more you style and wear some of these things and they age, it adds a bit of detailing to your style. You know, I love when I see chinos that has been worn for a long time. I can tell there's a certain way it looks. The colors fade in a certain way. It doesn't look just seamless in terms of the tone. You can tell that there's a fade coming in there, and that adds to the style as well. So for number 2, as I said, is the pants. And then with pants also, I love my pants with side adjusters, especially if you're like me. I'm 5'7", 8. I know my wife says 8, 7.5, 5'7", 8.5, 8, not 8.5, 5'7", whatever. You know, I love to wear pants with side adjusters, high-waisted pants with side adjusters, because it gives a seamless look and allows me to look taller, kind of thing. Not like I have any whatever regarding my height. I'm okay the way I am. So, but it just gives that really nice seamless look. But when you have belts in, which is great, you can wear that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, especially if you're really tall. Belts wouldn't take anything away from your look. You know, it's all about adjusting and adapting to what you have and what you want to represent. So for me, I feel like side bands give a very nice seamless look to anything that you style. Gives just that little bit of taste to your look. Even if you're tall, I think side bands will be a great addition to some of the pants that you have. So for my chinos, I want to make sure it's got side bands, just to give me a really nice seamless look to it. And then also another little detail on here that it's easy to forget is, because I want something to act as a capsule piece, I'm not going to go for a turn up. I know this is a very controversial bit, but I won't go for turn up for such pants, because I want to be able to wear it in all sorts of spaces, from very casual spaces with sneakers or whatever to very formal spaces. But turn ups, they add that extra bit of detailing that draws your attention to a kind of feel for your look. So things might easily start mismatching if you're not careful, just because of that little turn up detailing. And for someone like me, if I'm doing turn up to my pants 2 inches and above, I like it to be really nice and fat like that. So detailing is very, very important with your chinos. Nice, simple, plain, high-waisted sideband pants, for me, it's just chef's kiss. Number 3, this is where the detailing comes in, the tie. I have used the tie to bring in that extra punch and detailing to my entire look. If you're not the tie kind of person, you can go for a cravat, a necktie. If you're not a necktie kind of person, you don't like any sort of neckwear, brilliant. It still works. Just imagine that without a necktie. I usually use neckties to or scarves to add that extra little bit of detailing, that subtlety to the look. So with this, I've gone for something green, and just remember, I've gone for beige, which I say is the base of the look, and then you got the light blue pinstripe shirt, so everything is kind of on the soft edge. Now the tie is bringing in the detail in the green. You can go for something darker if you don't want the tie to be your statement piece, or if you don't want any sort of like loud statement piece, you can go for something like navy, dark brown, you know, chocolate brown ties. You know, that will sit in really nicely with this look. But I've gone for green because I want something really loud, really bold. And the knot I have used on this, I think I have a YouTube video on how to knot this kind of knot. The reason why I'm very particular about this knot, I'll be honest with you, this is not I use for everything. And the reason why is it brings down that formality from any sort of like style I wear, especially if I want to wear like a jean jacket or wear something very casual with a tie piece or something. I don't want it to feel like very formal, but I still want it to feel playful and smart. I go for this very nice slim lined knot. I kind of created this knot in error, I'll put it that, and I'll be very honest. It's very familiar to the 4 in hand, as you can tell, but it's slightly different. It's more like a 2 double 4 in hand. So a lot of things with the 4 in hand is a double roll and a pattern in, and then a double roll, single roll, then a pattern in. But I've gone a double roll, pattern in, double roll. So everything is double kind of thing. And that's how I've attained this look. I think I've done a video on this. If you're gonna get this look, you have to use silk ties. You can't use those heavy wool ties. It will just end up being like this around your neck because of the amount of rolls that you have to form with this knot, and then gradually adjust it until you get that really nice slim knot upwardly. You know, you try it different times. I'll find the video, and if not, I'll do a proper video. But I know I've got it on my Instagram account on how to knot this particular kind of knot. So for me, the tie has brought in the detailing. Number 4, this is controversial as well. I think for me, the most versatile piece of footwear you can own is the loafer. Yeah, I said it. It's, if you want to buy one smart shoe or one footwear shoe that you can wear almost anywhere, I would say it's a loafer. If you're very particular about the kind of loafer, you can actually wear it across from your very street to smart, semi-formal, formal, elegant wear. It will go across without going out of place. And it also depends on the kind of loafer you wear. There are different types. There's the hospit, there's the penny, there's the tassel. They're different types. So it's down to you as to what type. I would say go for either the penny or the tassel. I know I wore the tassel because I love detailing my wares. I'm sorry, I have to compromise on that. But the penny, for me, I think might be the most versatile for a lot of people. In terms of use case, but for me, I've gone for the tassel. And then in terms of color, dark brown, not black. That's it. That's another one. I know black is very universal with everything a lot of the time, but when it comes to loafers, I say the dark brown, Cordovan, Burgundy, some of those really dark, rich tones. Those will go with anything from your jeans to your turn-up pants to your high-waisted pants, and it will look absolutely amazing. But one of the finer details in terms of this entire look that I like to get you to consider is the sole. I really, it gets to me when I see shoes with leather soles being worn in the rain. I can't handle it. It's a struggle for me. I know that's what they used to wear way back then and stuff like that, and it's all style, but at the end of the day, where is the line? It's like, that shoe's not going to last. If you wear that shoe all winter, by next winter, that shoe would have lost its form. And that's the honest truth. And then you're taking it for repairs every now and again. That shoe doesn't have a long life, and that's the honest truth. And the thing about footwear is that the longer you're able to wear it, the better it molds around your feet and just feels like you. And that's how you want your footwear to be. But if you're not giving yourself that chance to build your footwear to mold like you, you're not going to enjoy wearing shoes. And I'll be honest with you, that's been my experience in terms of footwear. I usually used to hate wearing shoes just because I had to be getting different shoes all the time, and then I don't have enough time to allow it break into my feet because one thing or the other. So yeah, that's something to consider. So I would advise that, especially for the winter and autumn months where it's raining, it's wet, go for something with vibrant sole. You know, you could have the slimmer ones. I've got one in black, I think, that it's got really nice slim, but you could go with something chunky just to allow you to walk in the snow if you have to, and stuff like that. So don't forget, these are the little details for when it comes to loafers: the sole, rubber, and then the color, brown, dark chocolate, dark brown, Cordovan, sort of like a burgundy kind of rich tone. That will be versatile. You can wear that with your smart, with your casual, and with this look, it just blends in and adds that element of richness to this look, which just gets you. The tassel for me is the detail. I know I could have gone with a penny, you know, but let me know what you would have styled this with. Would you have worn this with a hospit? Would you have worn this with the penny? Would you have worn this with what I've worn it with the tassel? And what sort of like color of loafer would you kind of like prefer to style this with, knowing that I've gone with like beigey pants and stuff like that? Let me know. Number 5, this is hit and miss, I'll be honest with you, and there's nothing wrong with that. I always like to add an extra bit of layering, especially when it comes to winter and autumn. And this is why I do that with my knitwear, the sweater. The sweater is what brings that extra bit of depth to the look. So for instance, don't forget we're talking about building capsules. It's not just one style. So from this entire look, you can wear, I can build without bringing any new piece. I can create different kinds of style. So I can decide to wear the sweater straight on top of a t-shirt or I'm wearing under, or the thermal wear I'm wearing under. If you go to my previous video where I talk about layering, the base layer, you can wear the sweater straight on top of the base layer and wear whatever we're going to talk about later in terms of your out layer on top of all of that. So for this sweater, this is more like the base layer, the mid layer, I mean, that just sort of like keeps me warm during winter, but at least my style is able to still come through. And I also like to add a little bit more detail here. I'm a fan of detailing, just adding detail, adding texture, adding something. I know that you can wear something very plain, very kind of dull to keep the look and that kind of stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, as I said. But for me, this is how I like to style something like this. So something with red, yellow, mustard, green, those kind of like bold tones. I like to use my knitwear to contain such textures and colors. So I can wear that over what I've got, my shirts and my tie, and there you have a really nice look. But guess what? The reason why this is so interesting, why I quite like this particular combo and this sweater is how well it sits with the beige pants. It doesn't feel like a standalone piece anymore because of the beige. The beige pants just draws it in. So it feels, it's loud, but it just feels subtly loud. So it's not going to be in your eyes anymore. Why? Because of the pants, the base of the entire look, which is very, very important when you're building your capsule. And it's not a get it right first time experience. You have to keep trying, and I'll probably do a video later on about how I style, because sometimes people think that as I said before, it's always a hit, sometimes a miss, and that's how I've been able to build certain things. Like even trying certain colors, you're like, oh wow, this actually works, this is amazing. So that's just how to build things up, by trying different things out till you get the kind of result that you're trying to get. And last but not the least, number 6, this is the top layer. This is where we talk about the jacket, the suit jacket or the trucker jacket. If you're going to have anything in your capsule for the season as your top layer, I would say a navy suit jacket or and a trucker jacket, depending on the kind of style that you are. Some people don't really like to wear suits and stuff like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want something very casual, you can bring your top layers into this kind of like look and change it to whatever it is that you want to style. And also let me know in the comments your alternatives to the top layer that you style with this kind of look, because I know not everyone will want to style with a suit top jacket or sports coat or with a trucker jacket. But for me, these two are kind of like the most versatile for the kind of style that I wear, and that's what I'm catering for a lot of the time. But here I'm giving you the room to like let me know what your ideas and your thoughts processes are regarding stuff like this. The choice for the navy for me is same thing, something for that sort of like versatile piece in your wardrobe, in your capsule, that you can wear with anything. I can wear that with jeans, I can wear that smart, I can wear that casual. And what I've done with the gold buttons is also part of the detailing. The reason why I've added that is I would recommend, if you don't have something like that, that's fine. You just wear your regular navy jacket. It still works. But the reason why I like to add detail with the button is it takes away that formality from the jacket and allows it to cut across that from your smarty. So when you wear that with your jean, and like I have a shot like that where I've worn the same jacket and it looked amazing. It just didn't feel like I was wearing a suit jacket. It just felt like, oh, I was just wearing something to just keep me warm. over me, but he added that taste of class in that sort of like sense of style, in that style space of being casual. So I think the navy jacket is one that you must have. If you don't have any jacket, or you only want one jacket, I'll say go for the navy jacket, or get a navy suit, and then you can wear the navy jacket, because if you're going for weddings and stuff like that, you will need something to wear. And for me, I said it before, navy is king, blue is king. So get the navy jacket in, and you can use the top of that suit, the separate, you can use it to style all kinds of things. The alternative to this is the trucker jacket. I think this is one of the most underrated, understated style piece that you can have in your closet, because trucker jacket just has that element of grit and suave that I can't explain. It's just rich with all the texture seeping through. The one I'm wearing is from Polo Ralph Lauren. You've got Levi make really good ones. Which other brand have I worn before? There's another brand. It skipped my head. It's completely skipped my head. Yeah, Tailor Stitch. That's the one. Tailor Stitch. Why was it? Oh my God. My head is full of a lot of things right now. But yeah, you could try different brands, and based on their sort of like cuts, you could try different things with your trucker jacket. And for me, this look is premium. And this is one way to create your temple look that you can stem from. And as I said, I'm going to try and build looks from these pieces by bringing either one piece or two pieces, and we just start building until we'll kind of like almost max things out and see what we come up with. So with this one, I have created an alternative top wear for everything, which is either the trucker or the navy blazer that you can wear, and it looks amazing. Either one, it looks amazing. There's no preference as which one is better. It's just use case that determines what will work best. If I want to go out, I want to feel very casual, but I still want to dress really nice, I'll wear the trucker with my shirt, probably take out the sweater, and I'm good to go. So if I'm going for somewhere that I feel like it's really smart and nice, I can take the blazer over the shirts with the sweater without the tie. You know, you could mess around with the look. So these are some of the base piece that you can use to build like what I call a temple look for the season. And obviously you can wear your outwear over all of this, a really nice loose coat that just keeps you nice and seals up your look, keeps you warm when you're out and about. So guys, this is it. This is the first start of this kind of like look that we're working towards. So let me know in the comments what you think about the individual pieces, what you style differently, how you will style things in your own, what sort of pieces you will actually introduce or take out from here, and what you will introduce for your own sort of like style. And let me hear your ideas, let me hear what you got to say, and then we can have a look at every single thing. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, please guys hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, comment in the video, let me know your thoughts, let me know where you are at. This here, as I said, we do not give out rules and principles and all that kind of stuff. It's just a style journey that we're on. There is nothing bad to where everybody has expressions. So I want you to be able to express yourself in your own way. I'm not here to tell you what is right or what is wrong. Your expressions are different from mine. Some people might have similar expressions. If you're that kind of person and you come to the front of the class, you're here with me and we enjoy this journey together. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Ciao.